Hello friends, welcome back to Cosmopolitan Cornbread. So as you can see, I am in a strange location right now. I'm actually in Alabama, so I had to come on a trip here. If you missed my quick live Instagram video the other day, tax time, you know, it's a thing here in the States and probably everywhere else. And so I needed to come to Alabama. This is our first time using this CPA or any CPA, to be honest. And because I do some very unusual stuff for work, I wanted to walk through all of my paperwork with the CPA for the first time and, you know, just give him the rundown on everything. And he was kind of fascinated with what I do for a living, but it was a good conversation, and he liked how organized my paperwork was, which made me feel kind of good. Oops, sorry, hit my microphone there. So, of course, while I was in Alabama, I needed to make a couple stops, and you know, I'm not a huge shopper. Believe it or not, I really don't care for shopping, but there's certain places I do like to go. And now that we live in Arkansas, I don't get the opportunity to go there very often. And so I did a little bit of shopping while I'm here. So I'm going to set my camera down. This is my little bitty handheld tripod. So it's going to be an awkward angle, but we'll make it work. And I'll share with you what I got. Alright, so I'm actually staying with my sweet friend Amanda. Old Army buddies who moved to Alabama, and they have a fifth wheel trailer, which makes a great guest house for when they have family come to visit. And so they just turned it all on for me, and you know, it's a nice, peaceful, air-conditioned place to stay. And plus we get to visit and catch up. You know, this family is precious to me. They're like family, and so they are one of the hard things about us moving away from Alabama to Arkansas. And so I'm secretly hoping that someday they decide to come to Arkansas too. I'm just saying. But anyways, I'm just going to share with you what I got while I was out shopping. Now, there's one particular store. Now, the town that I went shopping in is in Cullman, which is the town just south of where we used to live in Hartselle. And there's this area called the Warehouse District, and there's all sorts of fantastic shops there. There's a coffee shop, there's some restaurants, and all the things. But as you know, I have a brand new grandbaby, and they were talking about sleep sacks, and I had gotten one of these for Willow when she was little, and then I got another one for her when she got a little bit bigger, but we couldn't remember what the brand was. And so I just decided, since I'm in Cullman, I'm gonna go to that little baby boutique. It's called Oh Baby, I think, and I picked up a sleep sack. I don't know if you're going to be able to see the color. It's like this really delicate kind of periwinkle blue color, and then it's got the flowers all over it. But this brand, what is it called? Posh Peanut. It is like super soft, super soft. And I love also, you can see it along the zipper. It's got like a little ruffle right there. So I picked this up for little Miss Emma, and I will mail this to her when I get back home. Alright, and then the next place I went to, now I'm going to tell you, I am a sheet snob. I'm a linens snob. Well, maybe I just should say bedding altogether, because I'm a little bit of a pillow snob. I love my favorite pillows, and I love my favorite linens, and I sleep on Redline cotton, made in Alabama. And I have been using their sheets, their quilts, their duvet cover. I've been using them for a couple of years now, and it's the only thing I use. The only time I slept on anything other than that in the last, I don't know, 2-3 years was when we were in the middle of moving, and I had packed up all of my bedding, and I had to throw some cheap Walmart, Walmart sheets on my bed. No, where did I get them? I don't remember where I got them. No, I don't. Yes, I do. I got them at TJ Maxx, and they were part of a bedding set. And I bought this bedding set so they would look pretty for the photos for the, you know, real estate listing. The sheets were terrible. Oh, they were terrible. They were so, the fabric was scratchy. It caught on your skin. It was miserable. I love my Redland cotton. Their linens are amazing. And there's never enough pillowcases because when you get a set, of course, it generally comes with 2. And they have the red ticking color now. Now, most of my stuff is the charcoal ticking color, or it's the ivory color. And then my duvet cover is the checkerboard. And so I went ahead and I picked up some extra pillowcases, king size, because that's how I roll. But I got the red and white ticking stripes this time, and so it'll be a little bit of a contrast on my bed, but I think it'll be pretty. And of course, brand new grandbaby, right? So I got a crib sheet that is in the charcoal ticking color. Let's see, hopefully that'll focus. Super soft, and I mean, these sheets, I have been sleeping on my sheets for about 3 years now. Same set of sheets. And you cannot tell that they are 3 years old. You would think that they were brand new. They hold up. They're thick cotton, grown in America. These are made in America, and they're like the sheets that your grandma had when you were little. Those kind of stiff, a little bit thick, but completely breathable. Wonderful. And they're not paying me to say this or anything like that. They don't know who I am from Eve. I just sincerely love their linens. And of course, you know, I'm in Alabama. I went to Cullman, which, by the way, Redland cotton is in Moulton, not in Cullman. But the baby boutique I went to was in Cullman. And let's turn that around. And directly across the street from the baby boutique was my favorite shop. In Cullman for sure, and pretty much in Alabama. The Mercantile. Ashley Mercantile. I have a whole playlist all about Ashley Mercantile because it truly is one of my favorite stores. Anytime I needed to buy a gift for somebody, anytime I was wanting to treat myself, Ashley Mercantile is where I went. And I have a video that I filmed a few years ago where I interviewed the owner, got kind of the story behind the shop. And I know many of you guys have also frequented the Mercantile, and if you weren't able to come through Alabama, it's right off the interstate. Super easy detour if you're going to Florida on vacation or anything else. Those who haven't been able to come in person, I know have called the store and ordered things. They do have a website. They're not an e-commerce site. I mean, they're not an e-commerce business. They do have a website where you can purchase a couple of things, but their store is all about the in-person shopping experience. And I know many of you guys have called them, FaceTimed with them, and made orders from their store. And as a matter of fact, one day I was in there, and while I was in there, one of you guys called, and so I was able to surprise that person and get on the phone and talk to them. But I love that shop, and I love the people, because that's really what it's about, right? Supporting small business, family-owned business, and all of that. So I'm going to share with you what I got. Now, first of all, Willow Bean is at that age where she's really liking playing with animals and little toys and stuff. And they have these, I don't remember what the brand is, but they have these little wooden toy sets. And now I've already gotten her a farm set, so she didn't need another farm set, but she loves the Bok Boks. So I got her So I got her a little wooden rooster and a little wooden matching hen there. And she also loves the doggies, so I got her a little herding dog that they had there. And so, you know, you got to bring a treat back for the grandbaby, right? So the next thing that I got, let me see here. They had some of the European style dish rags that I love, and I have a couple of these. I love these things, and they come in all different patterns, but they had coffee, so you know I had to get a couple of them. Then I picked up a pair of my favorite dish rags. These are 100% cotton, just old-fashioned dish rags. I love these things. These are kind of like a flat sponge, and they're great for washing dishes. They're also great for cleaning up spills because they're super, super absorbent. You wouldn't think it being as thin as they are, but they're crazy absorbent. But I also love these, and I have a pair of these that I've been using for probably about 5 years now, and after 5 years they're kind of getting to where they're starting to get a little ragged around the edges, and so I went ahead and I picked up another pair of them. But I love the texture on them because they have this nice weave, which makes it great for washing dishes, and of course it's 100% cotton. I know I sew aprons. I know I have lots of aprons, but they had this apron that was on a display mannequin thing, and it was so pretty, and it had a little ruffle on the bottom, so I picked one of them up. I'll model it for you when I get back home to Arkansas. And then there's the enamelware. Oh, this is like one of the reasons I fell in love with Ashley Mercantile, was all of that beautiful speckled enamelware. The dishes, the baking pans, the mixing bowls, all that stuff. Well, when we moved, you know, sometimes things get lost, and I had a couple things go missing, and I have no idea what happened to them. So I did pick up 2 more of the pretty little enamelware spoons. Now, most of the spoons, most of the enamelware that they have is this speckled pattern, but then they also have a few solid colors, and so I picked up a gray one as well, if this camera will focus. This is, again, my old camera. My new camera had an accident and went in for repairs, so I'm using my old one, and it's a decent camera, but it's, you know, it's got some issues. But yep, I got these. So that is my Mercantile haul. I didn't buy a lot today. I really don't need a lot, and I have bought tons of that beautiful speckled enamelware. So that is my baby boutique, linen store, and Mercantile haul for Alabama. Tonight is, well, today is my friend's daughter's birthday, and so we're all going to be going out to dinner. I'm looking forward to spending some time with them. And like I said, this sweet family is one of the hard things about moving away from Alabama. We do miss them. They're good folks, kind of like family, you know, family, that whole thing, especially when it comes to the military. That happens a lot because you're so geographically removed from your biological family for most of your career, for most people anyways, and so you meet people who become like family, and these folks are some of them. So that is it for today. If you would like to get more information about the Mercantile, I will put a link down in the video description for not only the playlist of all the times I've gone there and filmed it, but I'll also put a link to their actual website and social media and all that stuff down below, as well as Redland Cotton and all of that. So thanks for hanging out with me. My name is Constance from Cosmopolitan Cornbread, and I'll talk to y'all next time.